The Dyatlov Pass Incident. In the winter of 1959, 9 hikers prepared for a journey they believed they would survive. They were confident, they were experienced, and they documented everything. Photographs, diaries, logs. Nothing suggested fear. The group departed into the Ural Mountains with a clear plan and a strict schedule. Their goal was simple: reach the destination, return home, receive certification for a high-level expedition. This was routine for them. Their final camp was established on the slope of a mountain known locally as Kholat Syakhl. The name meant Mountain of the Dead. They did not know this. That night, temperatures dropped sharply. Wind intensified. Visibility vanished. Inside the tent, the hikers prepared to sleep. Boots were removed. Jackets were placed neatly. Equipment was organized. Nothing suggests panic. Then something changed. Something sudden. Something powerful enough to force all 9 people to abandon shelter. They did not exit the tent. They cut their way out from the inside. They left behind boots, coats, food, axes, everything required to survive. They stepped into darkness, barefoot, half-dressed, into temperatures below -30 degrees Celsius. Footprints in the snow tell the next part of the story. They walked downhill, not scattered. They moved together, calmly, as if following a decision already made. At the forest edge, they stopped. They built a small fire beneath a tree. 2 of the hikers remained there. They removed branches. They tried to keep warm. They did not survive. 3 others attempted to return to the tent. Their bodies were later found frozen mid-movement. 1 with arms raised, another face down in the snow. They collapsed before reaching safety. Months later, when the snow finally melted, the last 4 were discovered. They were deeper in the forest. In a ravine, their injuries were severe. Crushed ribs, shattered bones, internal trauma comparable to a car accident. But their skin was largely intact. 1 woman was missing her tongue. Another had lost her eyes. Soft tissue damage without signs of a fight. No defensive wounds. No blood at the scene. Radiation was later detected on some of their clothing. Not enough to trigger alarms, but enough to raise questions. Questions that remain unanswered. The Soviet investigation was brief, controlled. The final report stated the hikers died due to an unknown compelling force. The case was closed. All documents were sealed. For decades, the incident was whispered about: avalanches, secret weapons, military tests. Some suggested infrasound. Others suggested something far less conventional. Each theory explains one part. None explain everything. Why cut the tent? Why leave without clothing? Why walk calmly into death? Why such extreme injuries? Without external wounds? Why radiation? In recent years, officials reopened the case. They proposed a delayed avalanche. A rare event, a chain reaction. But survivors' families and independent investigators remain unconvinced. Too many details still don't fit. 9 people entered the mountains. None returned. They left behind photographs, smiling faces, and handwritten notes. Evidence of calm. Evidence of confidence. Evidence that whatever happened was unexpected. This was not folklore, not rumor, not myth. This was a documented expedition. And what happened that night still waits for an explanation.